Play my favorites.
Hey, what's up guys, TechTitan here, and before I begin this video, I just want to take a second and thank you all so much for watching, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you haven't already. And also give this video a like, I really do appreciate it, and it helps me out and gives me a boost of confidence and motivation to create more content for you guys. With that being said, in front of me I have the long-awaited Samsung Galaxy A53 5G, and I have been waiting patiently to get my hands on this device. Finally did it. So let's go ahead and unbox it and do a first impression. So lifting the top, we get the device itself, and we're going to just go ahead and put it to the side real quick. In addition, we also get a booklet, and in this booklet it does have on the back the SIM removal tool, as well as your USB-C to USB-C cable. No wall adapter, that's just something we're just going to have to live with. Well, here's the phone itself, and what I'm going to do is just spend some time with it, power it on, set it up, and just spend enough time where I can give you guys a proper impressions. So give me some time, I'll be right back, and we'll talk about the impression side of this video. So I've spent enough time to comfortably give you guys my thoughts on the Galaxy A53 5G, and I'm going to stop using the word 5G just because I don't think it's relevant to just keep saying A53 5G, that's just confusing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with the display. And the A53 does have a 6.5-inch 120 Hz 1080p OLED panel, and it's a gorgeous display. So it does also have a peak brightness of 800 nits, which means that it will do a good job in a bright environment. Overall, as a package, as a display, it's definitely very solid, and hey, it's Samsung, they know what they're doing when it comes to display, so definitely gets an A from me. Now moving on to the design itself. On the bottom of the phone you do have your speaker in addition to the USB-C port, and it does support fast charging, and also you do have the SIM slot and the SD card slot all in one. And on the right hand side you do have the volume up and down, as well as the power button, and they're relatively clicky. Now they are made out of plastic, and this whole border around the phone, it has this nice chrome finish that give it sort of a premium feel. Now, like I said, basically the entire phone is made out of a plastic chassis, which one will keep the cost down, just makes the phone a little bit lighter. And relatively the phone does feel good in my hand, and like I said, it's definitely a lighter phone. And overall, in terms of design, it's definitely a slightly improved version of the Galaxy A52. And the camera cutout is bigger and much cleaner looking, and more on that in a little bit. Now moving on to the specs of the device. Now paper specs are the following. You have a octa-core Exynos 1280 chip with a Mali G68 GPU, and this device comes in a couple of variants, so here they are. So you do have a 128 gigabyte of storage with 4, 6, or even 8 gigabytes of RAM. Of course, the price does go up from there. And you also have a 256 gigabyte variant with 8 gigabytes of RAM. And these are just promising numbers. I am going to save the real performance for the full review, but the TLDR is this. This phone is a fluid device that doesn't show any signs of slowing down or any main signs of glitching, so that's definitely a thumbs up. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a much more in-depth performance test, so stay tuned for that. Okay, now moving on to the camera, which is a extremely important part of having or making a good phone. Now, the full camera review is coming soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm actually working on it as you're watching this video. Okay, so you have a quad camera setup with a main sensor of a 64 megapixel. You also have a 12 megapixel ultra wide, a 5 megapixel macro, and a 5 megapixel depth sensor. And it can also shoot video at up to 4K 30 frames per second, and also does have the ability to shoot 1080p at either 60 or 30 frames per second. Now, the design of the module itself is really nice. One, it's clean, and two, it kind of integrate really nicely with the back housing. So it just seems to be like it's all in one piece. And when you grab the phone by its side, the protrusion is less noticeable due to the fact that it's all in a one-piece design. So that definitely gets a thumbs up from me. And as far as picture quality, off of impressions, they seem to be good. However, there's a lot of testing that needs to happen before I give you a final conclusion on that. So like I said, stay tuned, and make sure you subscribe. All right, so overall, here's what I have to say. This seems to be like a winner smartphone that has a starting price of $370. So this definitely could be a top 5 best phones at that price point. However, like I said, a lot of testing needs to be done for me to determine that for sure. So a full camera review is coming up. A full final review is also in the works. So stay tuned for that, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Follow me. And I will definitely catch you guys in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching.